Gising sa umaga, ngiti ko'y masaya. Narinig sa radyo, boses ng katropa mo. Iba't ibang uri ng kwento, mapapakinggan dito. Sa Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, pati sa buong mundo. Makinig na sa katropa, dito di ka mag-iisa. Makisaya, makibalita, makiawit sa musika. Sabay-sabay at sama-sama tungo sa pagkakaisa. The best at liga ka dito sa Katropa Radio. Iba tayo.
Ito ang TWWD 1134 kHz Katropa Radio. Iba tayo!
Ngayong araw, samahan ninyo kami sa isang espesyal na episode sa ating Ang Inyong Armed Forces. Mula sa Camp General Emilio Aguinaldo ng Quezon City, patungong 4th Magsaysay, Nueva Ecija, upang bisitahin at mas kilalanin ang ating Special Forces Regiment Airborne o SFRA, ang tahanan ng mga tinatawag nating The Silent Professionals. What makes Special Forces truly special? Ating silipin ang buhay, sakripisyo at pagsasanay ng Special Forces troops sa gitna ng pandemya. Ako po si Major Luzelle Lara at ito ang inyong Armed Forces. Magandang hapon sa Datang Lakas ng Pilipinas. Ako po ang inyong katropang Major Lou Lara at ito po ang inyong Armed Forces. Sa lahat ng mga kasundaluhan, laang kawal, kafgus, kaibigan, kapamilya at lahat ng ating mga partners at stakeholders, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Sama-sama po tayo sa isang oras na talakayan dito sa ang inyong Armed Forces. Siguro nagtataka po tayo bakit bagong aking ambience ngayon. Wala po ako sa loob ng DWWD studio. Dahil sa hapong ito ay napaka-espesyal, hindi lamang sa aking puso dahil ang asawa ko po ay miyembro ng Special Forces Class 118. Pero dahil sa hapong ito, nasa loob po tayo ng headquarters ng Special Forces Regiment Airborne, the home of the Silent Professionals. Sa hapong ito, mas makikilala po natin ang Special Forces Regiment Airborne. Atin pong lilibutin ang buong kampo at makakapanayan po natin ang mga officers at syempre ang SFRA Regiment Commander. Tara na po mga katropa!
Magandang araw, maligayang pagdating sa Special Forces Regiment Airborne Museum na napasinayaan noong ika-25 ng Hunyo, taong kasalukuyan. Itong establishmentong ito ay naitayo upang maipakilala ang aming unit, ang Special Forces Regiment, at maipakita ang mga pangyayari mula sa pinag-umpisan hanggang sa pangkasalukuyan. Ito ay naitatag sa tulong ng Special Forces Regiment Alumni Association at ang makikipagsalamuha sa San Miguel Corporation. Isa sa significant feature ng ating ng museum ay ang pagpapakilala sa mga taong nagpatanyag sa aming unit. Sa isa na dito ay si then Captain Arturo B. Ortiz, na kung saan siya nagkamit ng pinakamataas sa parangal ng ating AFP, ang tinatawag na Medal for Valor o Award ng Kagitingan. So, aside sa kanya, makikita sa aking kalikuran ang mga accomplishment both in anti-communist operation and anti-secessionist na kinakalaban ng ating bansa mula pa ng sinaunang panahon.
Susunod, ating makakapanayam si Lieutenant Colonel Harvey Benedict Hernale, ang Commandant ng Special Forces School. Dito pa rin sa ating ang inyong Armed Forces.
Para sa bayan, sariling kalayaan ay kinalimutan. Sana'y upang mapapilang sa hukbo ng sandata. Mahal sa buhay ay nilisan dahil sa pangarap na maglingkod sa inang bayan. Kapayapaan ang bitin, sakripisyo ng bawat sundalo. Buhay ay laging nasa peligro sa panahon ng digmaan, lumalaban na may tapang, iaalay ang sariling buhay para sa kabayanihan. Para sa bayan, sino pa ang tungkulin ay gagampanan? Ito ang panata ng isang away na hindi nalilimutan. Hirap at pagod ay lalampasan dahil sa pangarap na makamit ang kapayapaan. Kapayapaan ang bitin. Sakripisyo ng bawat sundalo. Buhay ay laging nasa peligro. Sa panahon ng digmaan, lumalaban na may tapang. Iaalay ang sariling buhay para sa kabayanihan. Sakripisyo ng bawat sundalo. Buhay ay laging nasa serbisyo. Sa panahon ng digmaan, lumalaban na may tamang. Iaalay ang sariling buhay para sa kabayanihan. Iaalay ang sariling buhay para sa kabayanihan. Iaalay ang sariling buhay para sa kabayanihan. Kapayapaan.
May panawagan ang inang bayan. Naririnig mo ba, kaibigan? Itanong sa sarili mo kung kailangan paglingkuran mo ang inang bayan. Pagmamahal sa kapwa ay isang daan patungo sa hangad ng kapayapaan. Ang naging talino mo at karunungan sa bayan mong mahal ay laan. Kapayapaan, isa para sa
Ito ang TWG 1134 kHz Katropa Radio. Iba tayo!
SFS started when Colonel Benfi looked for a suitable training ground for Special Forces operation. So, nagkataon na itong kinakatayuan natin ngayon, this is the Mulavi Complex, ito yung napili niya na suitable ground for the conduct of Special Forces operations training. But during that time, hindi pa siya na-formalized. And it was only on way back 1976 when the Special Warfare Brigade was created, and pertinent to the creation of the said unit, nabuo din yung Special Warfare Training School. Then after that, unfortunately, the Special Warfare Brigade was deactivated. Na-absorb ngayon yung Special Warfare Training Center ng Philippine Army, and it was renamed to Special Operations School. It was only in 1987, during the incumbency of then Brigadier General Lapus, when he was the regiment commander, he activated the Special Forces School. So, kung titingnan natin yung papers, it is only on 01 September 1987 that the Special Forces School was created. The mission of the Special Forces School is to plan for and conduct AFP-wide specialized individual combat skills training and other Special Forces operations. And as far as accomplishments are concerned, we have intangible accomplishments. Say for instance, we at an average every year we finish 2 Special Forces operations course, 2 Special Forces Combat Qualification course, 2 courses ng military scuba diving courses, and basic airborne courses to include the parachute packing course and jump master course. Also, the military free fall course, we conduct the same, 2 classes sa isang taon. So at an average, siguro per year, there are close to 1,000 to 1,200 graduates of the said courses. The importance of having the said training is it will create an edge among our soldiers who submit themselves for training sa Special Forces School. Dito, we try to enhance their individual combat skills to address the various internal threat groups. And not only sa internal threat groups, in as far as territorial defense is concerned, their combat skills in as far as the conduct of unconventional warfare is concerned is may enhance or it will be developed.
So, sir, naapektuhan ba yung Special Forces School sa COVID-19?
Yes, definitely. Naapektuhan yung training schedule natin as well as yung mga activities and exercises pertinent sa training. So, in as much as we want to explore other environments, lalo na yung outside of the school premises as a training environment, hindi na natin magawa because of the current pandemic. And also, yung the privileges ng students natin, say for instance, during off POIs or walang activity, hindi na sila natin basta-bastang makalabas. So, to make it short and simple, pag pumasok sila sa SFS and they submit themselves for training, makakalabas lang sila after graduation. Sa awa ng Diyos, walang COVID-19 cases dito sa SFS. However, there are instances na mag-apply ng sick call yung mga students natin, and the Fort Magsaysay Army Station Hospital would pagbigay sila ng diagnosis na, or ano bang tawag doon, sasabihin nila na may COVID-19 symptoms yung estudyante namin. So, we do not take it lightly pag sinabi ng FMASH na may COVID-19 symptoms. So, right after ma-diagnose sila ng may COVID-19 COVID-like symptoms, automatically quarantine sila as well as kung sino yung naghatid sa kanila sa ospital. However, hindi ganun kasimple because there are instances na madadiagnose sila as COVID-19 mayroon silang COVID-19 symptoms na nakapaghalubilo na sila sa mga tao natin. So, to arrest the said situation, we created a standing operating procedure na kung saan yung bawat isa sa amin, including the students, are required to measure the respective body temperatures before 0600 in the morning and 1800 of that day. So, they are required na ilagay sa monitoring sheets yung kanilang body temperatures as well as yung kung sino yung nakakontak nila. So, at the end of the month, we publish the said monitoring sheet. Meron silang body temperature twice a day at kung sino yung nakakasalamuhan nila. So in this manner, kung merong magsabi yung FMASH na there is a COVID-like symptoms, yung isa sa amin, madali na lang yung contact tracing. Hindi na yung pag sinabi ng FMASH na mayroong COVID-like symptoms yung isa, mag-i-start pa lang kami ng contact tracing. Medyo mahirap yon. So even before that event happens, meron na kaming monitoring sheet kung sino yung naka-contact ng isang personnel diagnosed with COVID-like symptoms na FMASH.
So sir, nung nag-spike yung pandemic, are you in the middle of a training or not yet?
Yes, merong ongoing training. So we were mandated to postpone the said training. So halos 1 month yun na wala silang ginagawa. Dito lang sila naka-quarantine. Even the trainers, yung lumalabas lang is yung support personnel, yung marketing and yung nagpo-procure ng office supplies.
So, paano po yung phase ng training and duration niya nung nag-start yung COVID-19? Or yung, even the COVID-19 is still ongoing, kahit ngayon, paano po yung phase ng training nito?
Basically, the same naman siya. Yung nagbago lang is yung training exercises and also as what I've said kanina, yung standing operating procedures. Once pumasok sila, the only way na makakalabas sila sa school is after graduation. Including the trainers namin, hindi sila basta-basta makakalabas. Yung nakakalabas lang sa kampo is yung support personnel, yung bumibili ng office supplies and other sustainment needs ng personnel.
So eto sir, not only for COVID-19 situation, but how to apply for the said training? Or paano po nakakapag-enroll yung isang military personnel sa Special Forces School?
First, they have to seek a recommendation from the respective commanding officers if they intend to undergo yung mga courses kasi namin dito is the Special Forces Operations Course, the Special Forces Combat Qualification Course, the Military Scuba Diving Course, the Basic Airborne Course, Jump Master Course, Parachute Packing Course, and the Military Freefall Course. Kukuha lang sila ng recommendation sa kanilang respective commanding officers, and the PAMO commanders will endorse the respective names sa APMC. Then APMC will give us the orders kung sino yung mga estudyante na will undergo the trainings that I've mentioned.
So, sir, because I've heard of questions na so civilians, they cannot directly enroll to Special Forces School. They have to be a military personnel first bago sila makapag-enroll sa Special Forces School.
Yes. Basically kasi yung Special Forces School is more on special individual combat skills. So, ibig pong sabihin, you are already a soldier or sundalo ka na nung kung mag-undergo ka ng training dito sa amin sa SFS. So kung ikumpara natin sa layman's term, para kang nagma-masters dito and as far as combat skills is concerned. So ibig sabihin, college graduate ka na, pagpunta mo dito, nagma-masters ka na lang. Well, I encourage every soldiers, officers, and enlisted personnel alike to undergo the trainings that we are offering. First and foremost is the Special Forces Combat Qualification Course. This training would enhance their combat skills against the various internal security threats. So after nila mag-SFCQC, if they would like to undergo a higher training pa, they will undergo the Special Forces Operations Course. Yun nga lang, yung Special Forces Combat Qualification Course is a prerequisite bago ka mag-undergo ng Special Forces Operations Course. Dito naman sa Special Forces Operation Course, yung individual soldier dito is trained how to conduct unconventional warfare. To be a certified basic or an airborne qualified personnel, you have to undergo the Basic Airborne Course. Yung Basic Airborne Course is a 45-day course that each of the student will undergo the ground training, and after which is the jump phase. So to qualify as qualified airborne, each of the student has to jump at a minimum of 5 times. So after they have underwent the 5 jumps, they are already qualified to be called as an airborne trooper. So sa pagdating naman sa Jump Master Course, the Basic Airborne Course is a prerequisite course for the student to undergo the Jump Master Course. And aside from the Basic Airborne Course as a prerequisite, dapat yung isang estudyante have already made at least 10 jumps before being qualified to undergo the Jump Master Course. Now, if they want to opt for a higher learning, which is for the higher skill acquisition, meron naman tayong military free fall course. Now, sa military free fall course, prerequisite naman yung Jump Master Course. And dito the difference between the Basic Airborne Course and the military free fall course, yung jumps dito sa Basic Airborne Course is limited lang sa 1,500 feet. As compared to the military free fall, yung minimum altitude is 4,500 feet. Yung other distinction is that dito sa Basic Airborne Course, may tinatawag tayo na static line. So basically, yung gagawin lang ng estudyante, tatanong lang sa chopper. Because there is already a static line, yun na yung hihila ng parachute niya. As compared sa military free fall, it is the jumper himself or herself na magpupul ng kanyang ripcord, yun ang magbubukas ng kanyang parachute. So in effect, the military free fall course is yung higher skill acquisition as compared to the Basic Airborne courses.
Sa muling pagbabalik, atin namang makakapanayam si Brigadier General Lincoln Francisco Tagle, ang commander ng Special Forces Regiment Airborne. Magbabalik ang inyong Armed Forces.
Bayani ka ng bayan ko, buhay mo'y inaalay mo, kaligtasan ko'y pinag-iingatan mo.
mo ako binibiko. Bayani ka ng bayan ko, pagmamahal ang tanging sandata mo. Di matitis ang pusong uhaw sa pag-asang mayroong darating na tanglaw. Bayani ka, kaagapay sa tuwina, kapwa mo'y kinakalinga mo. Kanlungan ka, pag-asang naroon ka, di ako nag-iisa. Bayani ka ng bayan ko, buhay mo'y inaalay mo, kaligtasan ko'y pinag-iingatan mo. Di mo ako binibiko. Bayani ka ng bayan ko, pagmamahal ang tanging sandata mo. Di matitis ang pusong uhaw sa pag-asang mayroong darating na tanglaw, sa pag-asang mayroong darating na tanglaw. Bayani ka, kaagapay at tanglaw.
The principle of service above self is at the heart of the Special Forces. Green Berets silently work behind the scenes both in combat and civil military operations. Role models of courage and determination that inspire a nation. It is disheartening to see the great divisiveness created by those who wish to tear us apart. Where is the dialogue for peace? Each time communist terrorists and religious extremists wage war, not only the soldiers pay the price. Every Filipino pays the price. Millions of taxpayers' hard-earned pesos have paid for these wars, taking away much-needed money from communities that need it most. But we can choose to initiate change. It doesn't matter what our profession is, what culture we were raised in, to which group we belong, or what name we call God. Every one of us has the responsibility to do our part towards attaining long-term peace and development. The Special Forces have been empowering stakeholders to achieve this goal. Together, we can take on obstacles too great to overcome.
So wala na pinipili. Humihingi po kami ng tulong, kooperasyon. Kasi po para po sa atin lahat ito.
Proactively prevent terrorism by training leaders of the future, by enjoining every sector of society to unite and fight injustice. War is not the only path to peace. To subdue the enemy without fighting is the greatest skill mastered by the Special Forces.
Mula sa pagpatayo ng school na to, project namin at saka yung SF company, binigyan na lang kami ng barangay hall,
at saka yung cover court, may tubig na. Yun ang difference talaga yung kapayapaan dito sa Upper Galayan. Mula lang sa pagpatayo ng school. Yung gulo ngayon wala na peaceful na ngayon dito sa amin sa Upper Galayan.
Through unconventional warfare, we resolved a 2-decade-long tribal conflict, which allowed the community a chance to develop and thrive in peace.
Yung area namin, kung hindi SF ang namuno dito, hindi talaga mapiskol kasi noon may mga rido-rido din. Ngayon, wala na.
Peace made possible by winning the hearts and minds of even the enemy.
Yung mga SF, nagsama kami, naglaban sa Abu Sayyaf. Ayaw namin yung gulo dito sa Basilan. Ang gusto namin peace.
Sana makamit natin ang kapayapaan dito sa Mindanao. Magkaisa, Muslim at Christian.
Kung ano man yung maiabot namin na tulong sa inyo para sa kapayapaan dito sa Basilan, handa po kami umalalay sa inyo at sumuporta sa inyo.
Peace that inspires terrorists to voluntarily surrender.
Makuha natin ang kapayapaan pag huminto na lahat ang mga kalokohan dito sa Basilan, lalong-lalo na ang mga Abu Sayyaf na yan. Wala tayong mapapala doon. Kung hindi patay na lang, tulungan natin ang SF. Handa silang tumutulong sa atin, bayan.
The Enhanced Comprehensive Local Integration Program reintegrates former communist terrorists back into society. One of many programs that encourage Filipinos on the other side of the law to return without bloodshed. If all means fail to resolve conflict peacefully, paratroopers always have a reserve. A plan B. A course of action to arrange the meeting between evil and their judgment. Special reconnaissance and direct action are our most effective capabilities. Not long after our new assignment in Sulu, we brought justice to the 21 victims of the Sipadan kidnappings in the year 2000. The 19-year hunt of Abu Sayyaf sub-leader Anga Aji and his men came to an end. A message to our enemies that never shall evil triumph over good. Success is not only measured by body counts or firearms recovered, but by intangible victories, such as smiles from a grateful people, sincere friendship with families, and genuine love from peaceful communities. There is no force more powerful than love. This is how we come together as a nation. This is why we fight. For the future that we hope will be so much brighter. For those we care about. For lasting peace and development. For the Philippines that we love.
Fighting soldiers from the sky, fearless men who jump and die, men who mean just what they say, the brave men of the Green Beret, men who fight by night and day, courage take from the Green Beret.
Diyos ko, tulungan niyo po kami. Diyos ko, tulungan niyo po kami.
sa dulo ng tagumpay. Hanggang may himig pa't mga salita. Awitin pang hanggang may nakikita pa ang aking mga mata, hindi mauulit ang aking tinig hanggang sa dulo.
Malapit na natin makamit. Inaasam natin tagumpay.
Hanggang bumuti ang buhay, hanggang paglaya ay tunay, hanggang kasaysayan ay may saysay. Handa kong ialay ang aking hanggang mamatay, hanggang mamatay. Hanggang bumuti ang buhay, hanggang paglaya ay tunay, hanggang kasaysayan ay may saysay. Handa kong ialay ang
May belong mujahideen and ibang Samoro people, our journey towards peace as born as disagreement.
ay hanggang mamatay, hanggang mamatay, hanggang bumuti ang buhay, hanggang paglaya ay tunay, hanggang kasaysayan ay may saysay. Handa kong ialay ang aking buhay hanggang mamatay, hanggang mamatay, hanggang mamatay. O bayan ko, o bayan ko, o bayan ko. Para sa inyong bayan!
Ito ang TWD 1134 kHz Katropa Radio. Iba tayo!
Mga katropa, ang Regiment Commander ng Special Forces Regiment Airborne, Brigadier General Lincoln Francisco T. Tagle. Sir, good afternoon po.
Magandang hapon sa iyo, Lucel. Una sa lahat, ako nagpapasalamat at napasyal yung kami dito. Nabigyan ng opportunity na makilala ang Special Forces Regiment.
Yes, sir. Sir, ang unang katanungan ko, sir, syempre, kasi napakaganda po ng tag po ng Special Forces, the silent professionals. Bakit po tinawag na silent professionals ang mga Special Forces troops natin, sir?
Matagal na yung tag na yan na silent professional because ang ang kultura talaga na dinidevelop dito even during training is to just do your job silently, walang maghangad ng glory, always nakafocus sa mission. So diyan mo makita na kultura talaga na hindi dapat mayabang ang isang special forces. When they accomplish something, they just do it without yung so-called without trumpets blares. So kaya na tatag na pangalanan siya na tag na silent professionals.
Napakaganda nun mga katropa. Isipin nyo ang Special Forces. Talagang ginagawa ang mission out of service and love for the country. So talaga nakafocus sa mission without necessarily trumpeting the accomplishments. Sir, what makes Special Forces special?
Marami ring nagtanong niyan dahil sa pangalan mismo ng Special Forces. But the only reason kung bakit siya naging tinawag na Special Forces dahil may mga specialization ang training. No, so we have right now doctrinally we have 5 fields of specialization. Lahat ng specializations na to ay kailangan when you are deployed sa malalayong lugar dahil ganyan talaga ang mission. Pangkaraniwang mission ng isang special forces operator sa far-flung area beyond normal support. No, so malayo sa headquarters, malayo sa support area. So napaka-importante na self-supporting siya. So yung meron silang mga specializations sa bawat training. Isa dyan is yung medics. Kailangan yung medics kung nasa malayo ang hospital. So, ang isang sundalo, mag-specialize siya sa medics. Tapos yung iba sa demolition, yung iba sa weapons. Para pag masira yung weapons namin, kahit sarili lang, kaya nilang i-repair. No? So, yun ang reason kung bakit merong specializations at napangalan ng Special Forces.
Actually, sir, I came from Mindanao. I grew up in Zamboanga City, the former Southcom. And even until now, pag umuwi ako sa Mindanao, one of the well-loved soldiers are the Special Forces. Ang Special Forces po kasi, aside sa bihasa, sa pakikipaglaban, but you are an epitome of the conduct of civil-military operations. Napaka matatas po ninyo sa paggawa ng civil-military operations natin. Is that part of the training program ng isang Special Forces po?
Ang mission usually ng Special Forces is we work closely with the community. Yan ang isa sa uniqueness ng Special Forces kakaiba. I agree with you. During my first assignment sa Mindanao, hindi ako nahirapan because yung mga nauna sa amin ay matunog, tanyag yung nila, ang pangalan. Napakadaling makipag-coordinate sa mga locals. One specific, when I was a lieutenant sa Pilas Island in Basilan, napakadali pag lumapit kami dahil kilala nila yung mga na-assign doon sinang una at saka maganda yung pangalan na naiwan nila. And it is because of our training. Part talaga sa training yung makipag-ugnayan sa civilian populace.
Yan mga katropa, I have to say that a Special Forces troop is an epitome of how to be loved by the people and feared by the enemy. Kasi at the same time that you are pursuing the enemy, but you are also establishing ground roots relationship with the people.
Precisely.
Yes. And those people already, instead of being antagonized, being intimidated by the presence of the soldiers, nakikita natin ang laki po naging success ng mga Special Forces in the Mindanao because they were able to settle redo.
Yes.
Settle yung disputes among clans.
Tama ka dyan.
And also, the Special Forces, I have to say also, because I am from Mindanao, I have witnessed this, sila yung nagbe-bridge sa animosity between religions.
Yes.
Kasi because in the Mindanao, there is a prominent religion also that is also coexisting with other religions. And Special Forces have built a good relationship, a good bridge to connect the two religions. And I really have to congratulate po, sir, lahat ng mga Special Forces operators and troops natin all over the country who's sacrificing, doing good job, and talagang serbisyo sa bayan ang ginagawa.
Maraming salamat rin talaga.
Sir, in this time of pandemic, do we have any efforts or innovations in the conduct of our operations in Special Forces?
During the pandemic, we adjusted yung mga schedules namin na medyo na-delay yung training. And of course, we did our best na hindi tuloy pa rin. Just recently, we graduated isang basic airborne class. By the way, ang Special Forces ang nagkakandak ng airborne classes for the Philippine Army. And including iba't ibang unit din nakikitraining din dito for their airborne.
So other major services pwede rin mag-train dito?
Meron din pag, although priority yung mga organic.
Husband ko, sir, is a graduate of airborne. The famous O10 of their class.
Yes. Pinipili yun, yung roster number na yun.
Yes, sir.
Just recently we graduated the basic airborne class right in the middle of the pandemic of the community quarantine. Naapektuhan talaga, na-delay. The normal 45-day course, inabot ng more than 2 months. Nagka-delay, nag-stop muna kami at nakiramdam. So, plus of course, we applied yung mga biosafety measures strictly. No? As time went by, we were able to adjust with some information available sa social distancing, small groups, yung road run namin. Dati, in Masay, size of mga 50 plus, naging groups of 7 na magkakalayo at decentralized. So, yun yung mga innovations na ginawa namin just to adhere and to comply with the biosafety measures.
Nagkaroon din ba kayo, sir, did you suffer any infected SF soldiers in the course of the training or in the operations?
We had 0.
Wow, congratulations, sir. 0 COVID case in ESPRA.
0 COVID case up to this point. During that course during their training just before their graduation, more than 2 months yon. We had 0 case. I have to admit na meron nagkaroon ng symptoms, mayroong nagkalagnat, but when they were checked with the PCR test, negative naman. So it's the normal flu or something. So we are very happy na 0 yung case namin. All over the Philippines, we had a 0 case.
Congratulations, sir.
COVID case.
So at this point, sir, do you have any message to all the Special Forces troops deployed all over the country?
Sa mga kasamahan ko na Special Forces operators deployed all over the country, first of all, I'd like to congratulate you for doing a very good job. Continue doing your job. Yung dedikasyon nyo, ipagpatuloy nyo lang. The core purpose of the Philippine Army, serving the people, securing the land is isa puso lang natin, and yun ang magiging inspirasyon natin. And you have proven that. So, pagpatuloy nyo lang and carry on the good work.
Sir, do you have any message sa lahat po ng ating sambayanang Pilipino na ating pinagsisilbihan ngayon?
Sa lahat ng mga Pilipino, mga kapatid namin, nandito po ang inyong Special Forces to serve you and to secure you. Maasahan niyo po kami dyan.
Sir, maraming salamat po sa pag-unlak ng pagbisita namin dito sa Special Forces at sa pagbibigay po ng panahon para kayo po ay makausap at makapiling namin. Maraming salamat po, sir.
Maraming salamat rin, Lucille, for giving this opportunity at makilala nyo ang Special Forces, ang inyong sundalo, ang inyong Special Forces serving the people and securing the land always.
Yan po mga katropa, nakausap po natin ang Regiment Commander po ng Special Forces Regiment Airborne, si Brigadier General Lincoln Francisco T. Tagle. Sa lahat po ng ating mga kasandaluhan, mga Special Forces na sa buong Pilipinas po ay nagtatrabaho at nagsiservisyo, maraming salamat po. Ramdam na ramdam namin ang pagmamahal niyo sa taong bayan at alam po namin, hindi alintana sa amin ang sakripisyo na binibigay po ninyo araw-araw sa pakikipaglaban, laban sa terorismo at pagpapanatili ng kapayapaan at kaunlaran sa ating bayan. Dahil dyan, mahal na mahal po namin ang Special Forces.
Muli, isang pagsaludo sa lahat po ng mga bayani at sundalo ng Special Forces. Special Forces, you can trust.
Ito ang DWWD 1134 kHz. Balita, impormasyon at musika. AM at FM pinagsama. Ito ang Katropa Radio. Iba tayo.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa 1134 kHz. DWDD Katropa Radio. Iba tayo. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.